Now that we know it's mini, let's make some mini predictions that actually are pretty good. Because I don't know about you, but I forgot how great the last Nintendo Direct Mini was. Okay, this show was surprisingly really fleshed out. And there was a bunch of Nintendo stuff alongside a bunch of cool third-party announcements. So my hypometer is rising. Now, please, before you get your ham sandwich all heated up and think there's gonna be Zelda or new 3D Mario, no. That stuff has, I think, a virtually 0% chance of appearing at this presentation. They save the big stuff for the big stuff, and this is mini, like it's literally called a mini. Now let me know in the comments down below your predictions, what you expect to see here, but like legitimately, I'm getting more excited. So hit that like button if you're ready for the Direct Madness next week. And let's start off with something that I forgot popped at the last Direct Mini, Pokemon. Last time we had a Direct Mini back in March of 2020, they showed off Pokemon, and they showed off Urshifu. So I think there's a chance we see Pokemon. I know typically Pokemon likes to do their own thing, but the first trailer we got showed off so very little that I think it's time for a bigger trailer. And putting a Pokemon segment in this Direct Mini would instantly up the ante. Now, a lot of people first party wise are going to predict Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, Metroid Prime Remaster, or a new Donkey Kong. Believe you me, I would love that last one. New DK would be amazing. And I feel like if it's a 2D DK, Donkey Kong Country comes back or whatever, King K. Rool is rumbling, it would be like viable to fit in a mini. That doesn't have to go in a full-blown general direct. I feel like Zelda of any sort needs to be saved just based on how Nintendo values Zelda. And the Metroid Prime Remaster, I don't know, that could happen. That would be super, super sweet. But I'm gonna go with Pokemon being the like tentpole first party thing. I know it's not a new announcement, so maybe they do throw in Metroid as well, or they throw in Donkey Kong, like that's possible. But I feel like Pokemon will get a nice segment. And then the other first party thing I think we're gonna get is two, Switch Online segment, and then 1-2 Switch sequel segment. That 1-2 Switch sequel supposedly is coming. We've heard detailed reports that that game is ready to go. It's got bad internal reviews, and they're trying to decide to charge for it or throw it on Switch Online. If they throw it on Switch Online, it's not so bad. If it is a $60 game that takes up and hogs a month, that's a bummer. I'm hoping that they go with the former, but I feel like they're gonna go with the latter. So get ready to waggle and listen for ice cubes. I also think Nintendo Switch Online will get a substantial segment, and that is where this Direct Mini could become kind of mega. Definitely not micro, because Game Boy Advance and Game Boy are ready for action. And we've seen the emulator within Switch Online. We know they're testing a bunch of games, and it's time to really up the ante, reverse those two, and get people subscribed and excited again for Switch Online. So you bring in Game Boy Advance, you bring in Game Boy, and maybe you bring in a special, fun, unique controller. We know that the UK My Nintendo store is facing maintenance from Monday to Wednesday. Now this is odd because we expect the Direct to be on Tuesday, but maybe they'll announce that starting Wednesday they're selling a controller. Maybe it's a new mini system, I don't know. But it does seem like Nintendo Switch Online is ready for more. The N64 games are out. Pokemon Snap released a couple days ago. What's next? I think they definitely need to prep us for what's coming for Nintendo Switch Online. And it feels like Game Boy would be a huge win. And even though the Direct is small, it would really go above and beyond the mini title. You also will expect to see Mario Kart 8 DLC. It's been a while. We're waiting for Wave 2 of the Course Booster Pass, and it seems like it's going to happen here. That's another kind of announcement that feels right for a Direct Mini and would fit excellently within this show. Now, if 1-2 Switch does not get added to Switch Online, perhaps they'll add new DLC as well. They could go back into the treasure trove and find some old DLC, maybe the Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pack, maybe the Breath of the Wild expansion pack, maybe they bring Mario Party DLC. I think that would be another cherry on top to make this mini feel a lot better. But I do think that Nintendo Switch Online will be like the biggest substantial Nintendo-based segment of this show. And if they do follow through and deliver Game Boy, Mario Kart DLC, and one more thing, like that is really great. And if they do Pokemon, and gosh, I mean, if they happen to show off Fire Emblem, I don't think they will because Three Hopes just released. If they happen to show off Donkey Kong, that would be amazing. Metroid, amazing. Even a Zelda thing would be amazing, but I just don't see Zelda Wind Waker or Twilight Princess happening here. Now on the third-party front, they can excel as well. Hollow Knight Silksong, baby, is back. We saw it at the Microsoft Bethesda show. It looked perfect, like literally perfect, but mysteriously no release date. I feel like Nintendo wants to own that release date. They no longer seem to have console exclusivity. It's going to come to Xbox Game Pass, so it'll be everywhere, but Nintendo would like to announce the release date, and I feel we will get that. I really hope that's 2022. If it's in this show, I expect it will be. These showcases typically highlight upcoming things in the near future. The general directs are where they go a bit beyond, but this, with their moving title cards, it's like boom, out in September. That would be a big, awesome get and another super fun game. I also fully expect to see the Persona titles that are dropping on Xbox and PC in October. Over there, they're getting Persona 5 Royal, and that would be huge. Many Persona and RPG fans have been wanting these games for a while. Royal is a game that I got into and then dipped out of. It just didn't, I don't know, something was going on at that time. I don't remember what, but I really liked it, and I just didn't have enough hours in my day to dedicate 120 to Persona and that pesky little kitty. But I will play it on Switch. That'll be great. The big screw you that Nintendo could do is be like, but even though Persona 5 is coming to other platforms first, we are the first to have Persona 3. No, come on. You can't do it like that. They're doing 5, and then they're putting 3 and 4 later. It has to be the same. Please, dear goodness gracious. Now, a lot of people have been talking about a big 2018 title and saying Red Dead Redemption 2, baby. I don't know how that works on Switch. I don't know how you make that work on the default Switch without like some massive holding back of features or things of that sort. Definitely not going to have online. There's also been rumors about Black Ops 4, because that's another 2018 game, and the rumor that we talked about this morning in the video about the mini direct said like, hey, it's a big 2018 game that people have been waiting for. It's a big get for Switch. But I was looking at 2018, and there's many other titles that to me are more fitting. Monster Hunter World could happen on Switch, right? Sunbreak comes out, and they're like, hey, more Monster Hunter. That feels like something Nintendo would extra do, okay? They could bring back Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That's another 2018 title that would fit a lot better with the current Switch hardware, in my opinion, than Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a gorgeous game even in this year. There's also Fallout 76 from 2018, and you laugh, but Bethesda has supported Nintendo quite well. Microsoft has said that existing partnerships will continue, and Bethesda clearly supports the Switch. Fallout 76 continues to get a lot of content. They know that Nintendo fans want Fallout. What if they're like, yo, you like them free games? Play some Fallout 76, baby. I don't know, it could be interesting, but it feels like that's the type of announcement we'll see here. Now, in terms of other third-party wildcards, I'm going to say It Takes Two hits Switch. That was a phenomenal co-op game that released for everything but Switch. It's from EA, and it's really diverse, it's really awesome. It's the most Nintendo-y feeling game not made by Nintendo this decade. Put it down. It's true, and it would be a big get for Switch, especially if they incorporate that Friends Pass where like, I buy the game and then you and me can just play together. We don't have to buy 2 copies. So even though it's coming out late, it's not a super expensive buy. They can charge the full value, and it's really gonna give you a lot of great value. It Takes Two would be a super strong addition to this Direct Mini. And then I think Psychonauts 2 has a chance. We know that Microsoft does love their Nintendo little games over there. They did Cuphead, they did Ori. Maybe they'd like to do Psychonauts 2. Yes, Double Fine is now a Microsoft thing, but Psychonauts 2 is everywhere except Switch, and I think that would be a pretty big get. I think that's kind of the type of Direct Mini announcement that gets people riled up. It would be an exciting thing to play later this fall, and a better third-party get than something from like 6 years ago. I mean, yes, it would be cool to have like a Dead Space collection on Switch. Yes, it would be cool to get the Tomb Raider games, but I would rather have more recent games, smaller numbers, and just let us play them portably. That's the big win for Switch, and that's what I think will happen. I also am going to say that the Mass Effect Legendary Collection finally drops. We'd heard rumors that this was being developed for Switch for a while, and it's out already, been out for a bit, didn't come to Switch, no announcement. Maybe now it's finally ready. They have, ported the game. And EA didn't have a showcase this summer, but getting them in on the action with Mass Effect and with It Takes Two would be a nice sort of like, hey, EA, coming at ya. File this under unlikely, but maybe? My spidey sense sort of feels like Borderlands 3 could come to Switch. Maybe Tiny Tina instead, but 2K does love to support Nintendo. They were a humongous part of the last Direct Mini. They haven't really put a lot on Switch as of late. I know Midnight Suns just got mysteriously pushed on Switch to an unknown date. But with the other Borderlands games there, it feels like maybe they could put one of the others out. And I would hope for Borderlands 3 because frankly, it's a much better game. I think there's a chance of a either a new IP or an indie Nintendo crossover, the former being more likely than the latter. But if it's a new IP, it would be more of like a family-focused thing. And that slot is probably taken by 1-3 Switch or 1-2 Switch 2 or 1-2 Switch again, or horse game. What do they call it? Everybody's 1-2 Switch. That's apparently what this thing is titled. That's probably that slot. And then I think Nintendo Switch Online hogs up the rest. But I honestly feel like this is going to be a strong show. As strong as a Direct where you get wow, no. But the last Direct Mini featured Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Marvel, 2K, Xenoblade, and more. Nintendo can put things into these showcases. They can put remasters, they can put DLC, they can put Switch Online, they can put big IP, and they'll definitely put third party. So a lot of fun stuff could be here, and even though it seems doom and gloom to go from general massive E3 showcase to partner mini, my ears perked up once I went back and looked and saw the last Direct Mini. I was like, okay, we can do this. This show can still be super strong, a really fun one, really exciting if Nintendo does it right, and if they follow my predictions, woo, we're in for a good show. And I just want that Hollow Knight release date, I want that Game Boy, and I want, please, maybe Donkey Kong. It's my pie in the sky wish. Let me know your wishes in the comments down below. This is happening on Tuesday. It's gonna be one heck of a ride. Who knows where we go, but until that time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you guys a lot, appreciate even more. Thanks again. SwitchForce, out.